Hi everyone. I'd hoped to do this life hack outside, but being in the north of England this week, it is pouring with rain. So we're coming at you from a client's office this morning. And I wanted to talk to you about finding your authentic truth. I know that can sound cliche and trite. And any of you who've been around the spiritual communities or the New Age movements for a very long time will probably roll your eyes at that statement. And I know I probably have many times over the years because we hear it a lot. It's one of those statements, a bit like some of the words out there like empowerment and, even, even love have been so overused in different contexts that it's hard to actually know what they mean. So for me, this is about finding your authentic truth amongst the noise of the world. And I was working with an incredible client last night in one of the longer coaching journeys that I run. And she and I had an awesome conversation about inner wisdom and listening to that quiet, still voice of whether we call it our intuition, our instinct, our gut feeling amongst the noise of the world, and not even necessarily the noise of the outer world. I mean the noise of our world. So all of us swim like fish in an ocean full of our stories. It's less about what happens externally and more about how our internal story lens interprets the external events. The drama in our lives are all a product of our story about whether something's right, wrong, good, bad, light, dark. So if you're having one of those weeks where you're experiencing drama, one of the biggest hacks is to take one big deep breath and ask, what is actually true here? What is true for me? And not just looking at things from a fact perspective, on fact in the tangible 3D world, what is true? What is true as according to my story? What do I want to be true here? But actually, what feels, if I go back to that inner instinctive level, that's actually going on? And more often than not, you'll find 80% of the drama you're experiencing is stemming from your story about what it means. So that hack, that simple question that I call a ninja bomb question, what is actually true for me here, is one of the biggest things you can do to create a degree of clarity in these times that seem like we have ever accentuating cacophonies going on around us, whether that's in our immediate environment, in our global environment, or in our inner ecosystem. There's so much going on right now and so much transformation available, but that can sometimes be messy. That can sometimes be traumatic. That can very often be triggering. So to stop for a moment, breathe and ask, what is actually true for me here? And then what do I want to be true for me moving forwards from this moment? That's a big one. So this is one of the practices that we speak about at this time of year in particular, because as the days draw in and the dark increases, and we move, those of us who celebrate Christmas move towards a break, a pause, a natural in-breath and out-breath as the calendar year comes to an end and Christmas is celebrated in a lot of places and homes and families. We can take the time to ask that question. And we can take the time to sit with the answers that we're given. And we can take the time to reflect how we wish to start our journey into the next year. And it's one of the practices that come out in December in the new book that I have published with my dear friend Lorna Howarth, The Solistic Journey. And you can find the link in the notes to that. If you wish to journey with us through an entire year and a day of practices, then check that out. That is story hacking at its best, but also moving within the natural rhythms and cycles of our earth and our cosmos. So let's all take a deep breath today and ask, what is actually true here? And see what answers our inner wisdom provides us.